Un saludo a todas las maestras reunidas
Greetings
allá en
to
Buenos
all the
Aires,
teachers gathered
nuestro
there
reverendo
in
Guillermo Rodríguez, su
Buenos
esposa
Aires,
Erika,
Argentina, together with the
demás
Reverend
ministros también,
Guillermo Rodriguez and his wife
y hermanos
Erika, and other
y
ministers
hermanas que han
also,
llegado
and brothers and sisters who
en
have
estos
arrived
días ahí a Buenos Aires
in
en
these
este
days they
encuentro
are
de
in Buenos
maestras
Aires in this teachers
desde
meeting.
el jueves,
Since
ayer
Thursday,
viernes y
yesterday
hoy sábado,
Friday,
que es el
and
cierre,
today Saturday,
en donde
which is the closing,
deseamos
where
que
we
hayan
wish
sido días de
that
gran bendición y
they
crecimiento
have been
espiritual.
days of great blessing
También
and
el día de
spiritual
hoy,
growth,
el
and
cierre
also
de hoy del
today,
encuentro
in
también
this
lo sea
closing
así.
of this meeting, it will also be
Y
so,
conscientes
and
de
aware
que en este tiempo
that in
de
this time
enseñanza,
of teaching,
un tiempo en donde
a time
los escogidos de Dios
where the chosen ones
estarían
of God
recibiendo
would be receiving
todo lo que ellos necesitan
everything
para
they need
obtener la
to
fe de
obtain
rapto.
the rapturing faith.
Debemos,
We must,
como escogidos de Dios, hijos de Dios,
as the elect of God, as children of God,
prestar atención a esa
pay
enseñanza,
attention to that
la
teaching,
cual
which
en este tiempo final está
in this
siendo
end
impartida,
time is being
como
imparted
fue hablada y
as it was
profetizada
already
ya
spoken and prophesied
el mensaje del hermano Branham y
in the
también
message
el
of Brother
mensaje
Branham and
de
also
nuestro amado
in the
hermano
message
William
of our
Soto
beloved
Santiago.
brother William Soto Santiago.
O sea, que todo
In
lo que
other
estamos
words,
recibiendo
everything that we are
en estos
receiving
días finales
in these final days
no es otra cosa
is
sino
none other
que
than
la
the
enseñanza
teaching
que ya fue profetizada.
that was already
Lo
prophesied.
que está sucediendo en medio de la
What is
iglesia
happening in the
es
midst
lo
of the
que ya
church
estaba en el
is what
programa
was
divino.
already in the divine program.
Lo único es
The only thing is
que la manera y la forma
that the manner and in the way
era lo que estaba
was,
oculto,
and the way
de
is
lo
what
cual no
was
se habló,
hidden,
para que no haya
of which wasn't
imitación.
spoken, so that there
Y
would be
como
no
no es
imitation.
de la manera quizás que algunos se lo esperan,
And since it is not
pues
in the way
unos
perhaps that some
tropiezan,
people expected
unos
it, well, some
aceptan,
stumble.
unos no, otros
Some
no
accept
aceptan,
it, others don't,
y otros están mirando de
and
lejitos a ver
others
qué
are
sucede.
watching
Pero el
from
escogido de
afar
Dios,
to see what happens.
el que
But
está
the
mirando
chosen
el
of
arca del
God,
pacto,
the one
la
who is
palabra,
looking at the ark of the covenant, the word,
solamente mirando
is only
el
looking
futuro
at the
que va a
future
recibir,
that he will receive,
lo cual es su adopción,
which is his adoption,
porque no estará mirando
because he will
la
not be
forma
looking
provista por Dios,
at the way provided by
sino
God, but
que estará mirando
he will be
aquello
looking
para lo cual
at what
va a recibir
he will
por medio de
receive
esa enseñanza
through that
lo que
teaching,
está esperando,
what he is waiting
y
for,
automáticamente va a ver
and he will automatically
la forma
see
provista
the
por
way
Dios
provided by
y la va
God,
a recibir.
and he will receive it.
O sea, porque al
In other
aceptar
words, because of
recibir y
accepting,
creer
receiving and
las
believing
promesas
the promises
de lo que Dios
of
está
what God
enseñando
is
y dando a
teaching
conocer para obtener
and
esa
making
adopción,
known to obtain that adoption,
automáticamente
he will automatically
a creer en la forma
believe
provista por
in the
Dios.
way provided by God.
En esa etapa de
In that
enseñanza,
stage
la cual
of the teaching,
está la clave
in which is the
para
key
obtener esas
to
promesas.
obtain those promises.
La enseñanza
The teaching
que da un maestro en una
given
escuela
by a teacher in a
o en una
school
universidad
or in a university
contiene aquello
contains
para lo cual el alumno
what the student needs
desea y necesita aprender
to learn
en las diferentes materias
in different
para sumar y restar. Cada
topics or matters
maestro,
or aspects
el que le toque dar esa
to add
materia
and subtract.
tiene que dar
Each teacher, whoever
los
teaches that subject,
mecanismos
has to
para que el
provide the
alumno
mechanisms for the
comprenda
student to understand
cómo es que se suma
how
y se
to
resta.
add and to
O sea, que el
subtract.
contenido de la
In other
fórmula
words, the teacher
para
has
que
the
un alumno
content
sepa sumar y
of
restar,
the
la tiene el
formula for a
maestro.
student to know how to add and to subtract
Y
subtract.
así con las diferentes
And
materias
thus with the different
de la
school
escuela,
subjects,
cuanto más
how much more
para las
for
materias
the
que
subjects
corresponden al
that
programa divino
correspond
para el
to the
tiempo que
divine
estamos
program
viviendo.
for the time in which we are living in.
la materia que nos corresponde a nosotros
the
en este
subject,
tiempo,
the matters that correspond
además de
to us in
recibir
this
la
time,
enseñanza,
besides receiving
o sea,
that
el
teaching,
contenido de esa
in other words,
materia
the
de
content of that
contiene esa enseñanza
subject
para
that
nacer de
contains
nuevo y
that
obtener el
teaching
cuerpo
to be
teofánico,
born
la
again
hemos
and to obtain a
obtenido
theophanic body,
y hemos obtenido
we
el
have
resultado
obtained it, and we have obtained the
de esa
result
enseñanza.
of that teaching,
Y la enseñanza para
and the
obtener el
teaching to
cuerpo
obtain the
glorificado, el
glorified
cuerpo
body, the eternal body,
eterno, esa materia
that
que
subject
corresponde a
which corresponds
adopción
to the adoption
es la que está
is the
siendo
one that is being
impartida y
imparted,
dada a conocer
and
esa fórmula,
that formula
esa
being
clave
made known, that
para
key to be able
obtener los
to
resultados,
obtain the results,
los resultados
the correct results
correctos para una enseñanza
for a
de sumar y
teaching
restar,
of
y así el alumno
addition
obtiene
and
los resultados
subtraction,
correctos, de que 2 más 2
and
es
thus the
4.
student to have the correct
Tuvo que
results,
aprender. No va a colocar
that is
2 más 2
2
es
plus 2 is 4. He had to learn that. He is not going to put 2 plus 2 and he equals it to 5, because he has already learned that subject to a T, as well as learning the subject of the new birth and the key. The formula to believe, receive and obtain a good result is to believe the first coming of the Lord in Jesus, and to obtain the good result of the eternal and glorified body, it is required to have a good sum that the result gives the glorified body, the same result that gave when Jesus was adopted, which he was receiving there, that subject of adoption through the ministries of Moses and Elijah, and he obtained the adoption. Thus it is in our time. It is required to hear, to listen to the teaching, where the key to receive the glorified body is, which is being given by the ministries of Moses and Elijah, relevant to the end time, under the tent. And there they would be receiving the church bride, the wise virgins, they would be receiving the formula, they would be receiving the key to obtain a good result. And the result is the glorified body, the eternal body, and the marriage supper of the Lamb. Whoever doesn't receive that subject and that formula through the key of the teaching, which will be making known to us at this time, everything that is necessary to obtain that eternal glorified body, in other words, to be adopted, whoever doesn't, then the result will be to remain with the corruptible and temporary body and to go through the great tribulation. But the one who receives that key, that formula, the result is an eternal and glorified body and the marriage supper of the Lamb. Those are the two results that are obtained in different teachings. One will incline, and the person will incline towards the corruptible temporary body and the great tribulation, and the other teaching, which is the prophetic one, which is the one that is in the divine program, will lead him towards the glorified body and towards the marriage supper of the Lamb. So may God continue giving us much wisdom, understanding, into all the teachers. And may you know that I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I love you very much there in Argentina as well as in all the countries. And may God continue helping you in this stage and a very important part of helping the children in this new phase of teaching, which the promise of the eternal body is also for them. It is not only for adults, but for the young people, the elders, and the children as well. So may God bless you and keep you, teachers and different ministers that are there, and brethren in Argentina. And may God
pase a esa otra fase
soon pass to that
de
other
la tercera
phase
etapa,
of the third pole
que está muy pronto por abrirse,
that is soon to be
pero que
opened.
primero
But first,
se está en esta etapa
we
de la
are in
carpa
the stage of the tent
en una manera
in a way
que
that
está ya por concluir,
is about to conclude.
pero que no se ha hablado abiertamente de lo que está
But we
pasando,
haven't spoken openly of what is
para
happening,
que así
so that
no haya manufacturados,
there will not be manufactured ones.
aunque uno que otro se
Although
va a colar
one or
hacia
another
la
will
otra
sneak
fase,
into
pero
the
allí
other
también
phase,
será probado,
but there will also be
y
tested.
será como ese que entró por la
And it will
ventana,
be like the one who entered through
que
the
también
window,
será sacado.
who will also be taken out.
O sea que las etapas
In other
de la
words,
tercera etapa
the
de la
stages
visión
of
de
the
la
third
carpa
pole of the vision of the tent,
se está ciñendo todos
all those who
los
will
que
not be
no
part
serán parte
of the group
de ese grupo que va a recibir la plenitud.
that will receive the
Los
fullness
que no salen de una
are
saldrán de
being
la otra.
sifted
Los
out.
que no salen de
Those
la
who
otra
don't
van
come
a salir de la próxima.
out of one will
Porque
come out of the other.
recuerden
Those who don't come
que
out
siempre
of the other will come out of the
con
next.
el velo de carne.
Because remember that they always stumble with the veil of flesh. They stumble to see sign. They
Pero no
expect
están
to see
viendo que
signs.
primero viene la palabra.
But they are not seeing that
Porque
the word comes first.
Si no está la palabra
Because if the word is not
detrás de la señal,
behind the sign,
de nada
the signs
le va a servir.
will be of no use
La
to
señal.
you.
Tiene que estar primero la
The
palabra
word must come first,
para luego
and
ver
then
las señales.
for you to
Y
be
eso
able
es
to
lo
see the
que
signs.
Los manufacturados y los
And that is
incrédulos,
what the manufactured and the
no
unbelievers don't
y siempre
understand.
vienen al final
And they always
y
come at
tropiezan
the end and
con el velo de
stumble
carne.
with the veil of flesh.
La señal siempre es
The sign is always
al final
at the end.
señales y maravillas y
The
milagros.
signs and the wonders and
Lo primero
miracles.
es
The first thing
la palabra.
is the word.
Y para
And
los escogidos de
for
Dios,
the
la
elect of
señal es
God,
la voz de Dios.
the sign is the voice of
La voz
God.
de Dios
The
en el
voice
tiempo
of God
correspondiente
in
para
the
obtener
relevant time
luego
to then
el
obtain
resultado del
the
cuerpo
result
eterno,
of the eternal body.
esa
That
señal milagrosa,
miraculous
lo cual es
sign,
el cuerpo
which is the
glorificado
glorified
e inmortal.
and immortal body.
Para nosotros esa va a ser la señal final,
For us, that will be the final
milagro
sign,
final.
the final miracle,
la recompensa final,
the final reward,
tener el cuerpo
to
eterno
have
glorificado.
the eternal and glorified body.
Así que adelante,
So onwards,
sirviéndole al Señor,
serving the
con
Lord
temor
with
y temblor,
fear and trembling,
consciente que Dios es amor,
aware
pero
that
también
God
es
is
fuego
love, but is
consumidor.
also consuming fire.
Y no podemos
And
obviar esa parte
we can't ignore that part,
porque es el
because
tiempo en
it
donde
is the time
ya es.
when He is
León.
ready.
Que Dios les
The
bendiga y
lion.
les guarde. Estaré
May
también
God bless
enviando
you
unas palabras
and
al
keep
hermano
you.
Miguel.
I'll also be sending some
Y-
words to Brother Miguel,
También se las pasaré a
and I'll also
ustedes,
send them to you as well.
pero quise platicar
But
estas
I wanted to
palabritas así
talk about
entre maestros
these little works
escuela,
like this
vamos a decir,
among school
y
teachers,
platicar
let's
de
say,
todas
and
estas
talk
cosas
about all these
sencillas
simple things,
del común,
common things,
ya que ustedes maestras
since you,
tienen
the
una parte muy
teachers,
importante
have a very
en el
important part
programa divino
in the
también.
divine program as well.
No se aparte
Don't ever depart
ni por ninguna
or
situación,
get separated, neither by
ni por
any
ninguna
situation,
cosa
nor by
terrenal.
any earthly thing,
ni por ninguna
nor by
situación o evento
any
que suceda en
situation
su
or
vida.
event that happens in your life.
Eso no tiene ningún
That
valor
is of no value
comparado
compared
con las bendiciones que Dios
to the
tiene
blessings that
para
God
nosotros.
has for us.
Siempre van a haber luchas.
There are always going to be
Siempre van a haber
struggles,
pruebas.
there are always going to be
Y dice, pero
trials.
yo esto no puedo
One says,
cargarlo. Sí
ah, but I
puedes,
can't carry this.
porque
Yes,
Dios
you
no da más
can.
carga
For God gives
aquel
no more
a quien puede
burden
llevarlo.
to him who is able
Así
to
que-
bear it.
Coloquen su
So
carga
place your burden
en este tiempo final,
in this end time,
como le dijo Jesús allí
as Jesus said to them there
en ese tiempo.
back then.
Venid a mí,
Come unto me,
todos los trabajados y cansados,
all ye that are heavy
y
laden,
toda carga también.
all ye that labor and are heavy
De
laden.
ciertas maneras,
And every burden also, in different places, is spoke it in certain ways,
será un
and I will give you
descanso
rest.
eterno de todas las aflicciones
It
de
will
esta
be an
tierra,
eternal rest from all the afflictions on
cuando
this earth
tengamos ese cuerpo eterno.
when we obtain that eternal body.
Por lo tanto,
So therefore,
venid en
come
este tiempo final
in this end time
a los ministerios que Dios tiene
to the ministry that
operando
God has,
en medio de su pueblo,
the ministries that God
que
has
Él
operating
los
in the
hará
midst of His people,
descansar.
and then He will give
Descansar
you
de
rest,
todas las aflicciones
to
terrenales,
rest from the earthly
cuando
afflictions,
os dé ese
when He
cuerpo
gives you
glorificado
that
y eterno.
glorified and eternal body.
Todo es paralelo.
Everything is
Todo
parallel.
es como
Everything
ocurrió en su primera
is
venida.
as it was at His
Así
first
que,
coming.
sigan adelante,
So keep
sigan
going.
sin
Keep
detenerse,
going forward.
que vamos a llegar a la meta.
Keep going
No
without
se desanime
stopping.
nunca en su vida.
And be aware that we shall reach the goal.
Confía
Never be
en
discouraged
usted
in your
y
life.
en mí,
He
como
trusts in
nosotros
you
confiamos
and in
en
me,
Él, que nos
as
dará
we trust in
ese
Him,
cuerpo
who will give
glorificado.
us that glorified body.
Y cualquier
And
lágrima,
He will wipe
Él
away
la va a
every
enjugar.
tear.
Él enjugará toda
He
lágrima
will
de
wipe
los ojos de
away
nosotros.
every tear of the eyes,
Ahí dirá,
of our eyes. Because there He will say, enter the
que ya he
kingdom
preparado para
which I have
vosotros
prepared for
desde
you
antes de la
since
fundación
before
del
the foundation of the world.
O sea que ya no habrá más
In other
sufrimiento.
words, there will be no more
Por lo tanto,
suffering.
vale la pena
So therefore,
seguir
it is
agarrados
worth
de las
it
promesas,
to continue
seguir agarrados
holding
del
on to the
mensaje,
promises,
seguir agarrados
to continue holding
de la
on to the
enseñanza
message,
en donde está
to
la clave.
continue holding on to
La
the
clave
teaching
para
where the key
la
is,
adopción.
the key for
En la
adoption.
enseñanza
The
está
key
la clave.
is in the teaching.
Podemos colocarle ese
We
tema
can
a
put
estas
that
palabritas
title to
que
these
les he hablado
short
a
words
ustedes,
that I
maestros
have
allí en la
spoken
Argentina.
to you,
Que Dios les bendiga, que
you,
Dios
the
les guarde.
teachers in
Muchas
Argentina.
gracias
May God bless you and may God
por
keep you. Thank you
permitirme
very
enviar
much
este
for allowing
saludito
me to send this
a
greeting
todas ustedes y
to
todos
all of
ustedes
you
reunidos allí.
and all of you who are
en la
gathered there in
Dios
Argentina.
les bendiga.
May God bless
Que Dios les
you.
guarde
May God
y
keep you.
ya ahorita les enviaré el saludito
Now I will
a
send
nuestro
my
hermano Miguel
greetings to our brother
Bermúdez Marín en la
Miguel
reunión que
Bermúdez
tiene el día
Marín
de hoy allá
in the meeting that he has today in
Tapachula,
Tapachula,
México.
Mexico.
Que Dios les bendiga y Dios les guarde.
May God bless you and keep you all.